Hey guys, it's Annabelle. So today I wanted to show you guys my pantry. Now the things in my pantry change quite often because I do buy in bulk and I also buy what's on sale. When I go shopping, and I can do a separate video on this if you would like, but when I go shopping I look at our flyer for our store and I base my meal plan on what's on sale that week, and that is pretty much how I do all of my shopping. I do buy some stuff that isn't on sale if we need it, or if my family wants something special, then I do buy things that are not like in the flyer that are on sale. But I wanted you guys to take a look at how I have my pantry organized, and I kind of wanted to do some explaining as to how I did some things. So a couple weeks ago, or actually it was probably a month ago already, I showed you guys this cabinet in our kitchen. And this is a closet that we have locked that has all of our cleaning supplies in it, and it stays locked 99% of the time unless we need something in it. And my kids' chore charts on the front of this and everything. Our family calendar is just above here, but it has lots of personal information on it, so I'm not going to show you that today. But I did want to show you our pantry. Now our pantry has two sides, and it is a closet type of pantry, and so one door slides open so you can only see the one side, and then this door slides open so you can only see this side. So there is this middle section, and I'll show you as we get in there. Some of the things in the middle can go on this side, can go on that side, and it's for stuff that we don't necessarily need to reach for, or our extra items and things like that. So this side is mainly for snacks, and this side is mainly for our meals. So I will start off with this side and show you what we have in here. Alright, so just an overview from the bottom all the way to the top. This is my pantry. Now again, I buy things that are on sale, and I also buy in bulk. So I need a place to put all of my extra items. Now my pantry is very shallow, so this is how I've made the best use of this space. I didn't want food in lots of different places in my kitchen. I wanted to put it in a place where it was all together. So if we are making a meal, I go to my fridge, I go to my freezer, and I go to my pantry. So those are the three main areas of where we have our food. So all of the extra items and things that we use quite often, I usually buy a lot of. And that is what is on this top shelf up here. So going from left to right, we have our pasta sauce and marinara. We have mayonnaise. We also have pickles. There's jalapeno mustard up there, and there's also ketchup up there. My husband loves ketchup. And we make ranch also, because I am a huge lover of ranch. So we usually have mayonnaise and ketchup. But those are where all of our extra things go. And I have each shelf labeled. So we're going to go down here to this next shelf. This is my condiments shelf. And that was kind of just the shelf that I use for things that are in additions to a meal, but then you can't like just eat that one thing and have it as a food group and or a meal. So on this shelf I have some chicken broth, there's cocktail sauce, Parmesan cheese, jalapenos, unsweetened coconut milk, hot sauce. There is also some barbecue sauce and some dressing back there, and then like there's saltine crackers, but that goes with the stuff on the other side, so I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And so that is that shelf. Now things often overlap on different shelves, and I kind of put things where I can see them so that way I remember what I'm going to be making for meals or what I have plans for. So just an example of this, like I have my enchilada sauce down here. Now technically to me that's a condiment, so that would go on this shelf, but we are having enchiladas later this week, so I wanted to put it right down here so I can grab it. So this shelf is for proteins. So on this shelf I have my dried beans all in this one bin. Now I used these clear bins, and these are just shoebox bins. Again, my pantry is super shallow. Like, this is how deep my pantry is. It is super shallow, so I need to maximize my space. So how I did that was use these shoebox containers that are clear. I love the clear containers. I personally don't like containers with color or solid, because you can't see through them and see what's in them. So this, if a bag of beans ends up getting pushed to the bottom, if this was a solid bin, I would only see this one. But in this one, I can see that there is this bag of beans on the bottom, and I can easily get to it. Another reason why I use these is because I wanted to be able to grab this and pull this forward so I can see what is behind, because I also have items that are behind these bins. So just some different things, like, again, these are my dried beans. Now, I labeled the container if the same things go in that container all the time. We always have dried beans on hand, so I have the container labeled dried beans. Now, things in this bin change quite often depending on what's on sale and what our meal plan is. So I did not label this one because it has different things in it. Like, this one has enchilada sauce that we're having later this week. It also has tuna, some clams, salmon, and then in the back I usually keep my boxes. So this has like egg drop soup, and then other things such as like chicken and dumplings, and then there's also some chili cans back here as well. So anything that's protein that can go in my pantry goes on this shelf. And then coming down here to vegetables, I have my vegetable section here. Again, I use the clear shoebox little bins for this one. Now, tomatoes were on sale, and we often use canned tomatoes and canned beans. And beans count as vegetables and proteins, that's why they're on both shelves. So my dried go up here, my canned ones go down here. So if it's a last minute meal and we need beans, I use these. If it's a plan ahead meal that I need to soak and cook these, then that is something that I use the dried beans for. But anyways, so they were on sale, so I have a whole bunch of canned tomatoes and beans back behind my bins. So if I need something, I can easily pull this out and get to the items that are behind it. So some of the things that are in here, there's sun-ripened dried tomatoes. I've got a couple cans of tomato paste. There's also beets, artichoke hearts, some green chilies, mushrooms, some water chestnuts, and in here I've got some bean sprouts and then some instant mashed potatoes. So those are mine, and the stuff that's in here go on the other side, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. Moving down, this is my fruit shelf. So on here, we usually just eat fresh or frozen fruit, but when it is on sale, I do buy the canned fruit. This is nice for a quick meal or a quick side for a meal. My kids often like to take things to go, so if we're on the run, I do have like unsweetened applesauce in the little containers. I also have a big thing of unsweetened applesauce, and then I just have some big cans of fruit that were on sale. And again, those are, I use those mainly in like the winter time. If there's not a good selection of produce at our grocery store, then I'll do the frozen or the canned. But also in here, I've got some maraschino cherries, and then I've got some little Jell-O cups. The kids love those to take on the go. So that is my fruit shelf. And then down here, I have all of my grains, and I labeled this shelf twice for the things that go under and then the things that are on this shelf. Okay, so again, I made use of our clear shoebox little bins, and so in here, again, this shelf also changes my grains. The things that don't change are, I always have rice and rolled oats, and I've got my quinoa back there, and I also have my steel cut oats. I love these steel cut oats over there. And then I have like taco shells, I've got brown rice, I've got my panko breadcrumbs, and I have some croutons, and then these are just some flavored rices, and then I've got couscous and tabbouleh and all of that fun stuff. And so whatever's on sale and things like that is usually what is ending up on this shelf. But I usually always have rice, rolled oats, and this, my kids wanted macaroni and cheese, and this was super cheap. So I got those. And then down here, this is my extras and oils. So my extra grains go down here, my extra pastas. I just love these glass canisters that seal. So I've got all the different kinds down here, and then some extra boxes of things that didn't fit here and didn't fit on this shelf. Sometimes this is full of pastas, sometimes it's full of rice. Again, it just depends on what's on sale. And then I've got oils. Right now I've got some extra coconut oil and things like that. But what I do with the boxes, if I'm going to put them in a canister like this, is I cut out the instructions for that pasta, and I will just make a tag out of it and put it on the container. And then these, of course, these are just here. So that is the side of my pantry that is for making meals and sides and things like that. And then we're gonna go over here to this side, and this side is designated for my snacks. So just really quick, from bottom all the way up to the top, this is what is on this side, and I'm going to start on the top and work my way down. This side I'm going to be able to go through a little bit more quickly. So this side I have my kids' vitamins up here. They're on the top shelf, so nobody can get them except who needs to get them. We also have some cones, and then my husband's Monster drinks are up there. He drinks those and loves those, so they're on the top shelf because he can reach them. And then this shelf is for snacks and extra things. We have our popcorn. These are some puffs for my 10-month-old. And then I have a container with sweets in it. There's popcorn in there also, but there's some marshmallows and there's some Jell-O and things like that. I like to make my own Jell-O with gelatin, but if I can get it on sale, I usually do that for like taking things to a potluck or something like that. And then here I've got some extra crackers that I didn't have room in my snack bins for, and my snack bins are on this next shelf. And I got these because they seal, and I also have room for extra boxes behind these. So there are the extra boxes behind there. So I have all the snacks that my kids love are on this shelf and on this shelf, again with the containers. And I just took a marker and wrote on the outside what the crackers are. Like, these are square crackers. And we also have rectangles and circles. We've got animal crackers, chicken crackers, cheese crackers, graham crackers, squares, and then wafers. And then we have wheat crackers back here. We've got some of my kids' to-go containers back here. And then this is our to-go bars. If we're going somewhere out of town, we like to take breakfast along with us, and it's always something easy and fast. So we've got like Pop-Tarts. My kids love Pop-Tarts. There's Pop-Tarts in here. There's those little mini muffin things. There's also the fruit and grain bars. My kids love those. And then in this one, this bin is shared with the other side, but this one has like breakfast crackers or breakfast biscuits in them. My kids call them breakfast crackers, but there's all different kinds of breakfast crackers in here that all three of my kids love to eat. But again, there's room behind my clear bins that I can put more stuff in. And then this is some snacks and some breakfast items. I have these containers over here, and this is stuff that we have, like this is chocolate chips. We also have pistachios. We've got raisins, yogurt raisins, and there's like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. There's flaxseed, chia seeds, our peanut butter, Nutella. This is my husband's almond butter and my husband's cashew butter. I do not like either one of those. I just like peanut butter. And then we have like dried fruit in this bin, and then we also have our syrups in that bin back there. And I put that when we don't get that stuff like every day all the time. So I put that stuff back there. But this is kind of more of a breakfast side and then a snack side. And then we have all of our cereals that we have. We have plain Chex, cinnamon Chex, honey nut Chex, apple cinnamon Chex, the Special K strawberry cereal, I love that stuff, and vanilla Chex. And this is kind of goes along with some of our grains on this other side here. So my rolled oats and my, hi. Mom. Yes.
Mom.
And, what?
Can I have Skittles?
No. Sorry. Anyways, and our steel cut oats are on there also. So those are all of our cereals. We love those. I'm going to have help. Okay, and then on the bottom shelf of this side of the pantry is all of our baking items. So we have all-purpose flour, we've got sugar, there's wheat flour, pancake flour, brown sugar, powdered sugar, cornstarch, there's cocoa powder back there, and there's extra sugar because it was on sale, and there's gelatin and some ice cream salt. And then in this little bin right here, I have all of the little things but that are used for baking. So I have my yeast in here, I've got some shredded coconut, I also have some sweetened condensed milk in there also. So that is that shelf. So again, from bottom all the way up to the top, that is our pantry. Again, the contents of the pantry changes depending on what's on sale and what we can do for our meal plan. And again, I try to make my meal plan according to what's on sale in the store. And if I find something that we use all the time in a lot of our recipes, when those items are on sale, I try to buy a lot of them. So that way we are saving money. And we also have things on hand. So meal planning and making food is as easy as possible. I've got 3 kids, so the easier I can make it, the better. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.